Dashboard. Hello. Come on. Dashboard. Yes. Yes. Okay, there it is. All right. So, welcome back, everyone. Second half of today's City Skylines realistic population stream. Yes, I'm well aware that the dashboard exists. Thank you. Thank you, Twitch. Okay. So let's just get right back into it. So I'm going to, let's see, I need this train line to come around to here. I would like it to snap to things. Didn't seem like it wants to do that too much. So I'm going to bring it out to here. I'm going to try and keep it at relatively the same height, which that definitely did not do. So let's bring this boat to this height. That is quite the ridge it's creating, but it's fine. And then we'll go into elevated mode. I'd like for this to continue to stay a straight slope as much as possible anyways. And I would like it to start curving this way. There we go, and that looks like still has a bit of clearance, so that's good. And I think what I'm gonna do is try to bring it back down to ground level here. Oh boy, autosave, come on. Cuts a little bit into the mountain there. I also think I'm gonna slope this a little more. There we go. And then from here, it can remain on ground level, and it should be relatively fine. Might need to curve a little bit. Looks like these aren't straight on. Can you give me that guideline, please? Close enough. So the train line is hooked back up. That's good. Let's see. All right, so finish the interchange. I did want to get this named. So I think what I'm going to do is, where does this highway actually go? Is there like an underground portion here? There is. That's slightly obnoxious. Okay. Where does this highway go? That one just goes there. Interesting. Okay, so I'm not going to bother too much with highway names then. In fact, that can end right there. I don't mind. But I do need to get it hooked in on this side. I'm not quite sure where I want to... I'm not sure if I want to change this at all. I think it'd be interesting to have this maybe come around the other side and be where this is, but I'm not sure. Or just have it go up and over and meet up over here. Not quite sure. But I do want to get working on the downtown. We've spent a lot of money today, and don't really have much to show for it. So there's quite a bit of residential demand. There's not really much more expansion we can do around here. So I do kind of want to get a downtown layout going. Now I think the central business district would reasonably be somewhere in here. But I kind of want to figure out a road layout. So let's go here. Grab, where is, there we go. The default 6-lane road with trees. I'm just going to bring this straight out to here, because I do think the downtown, for the most part, at least as far as like arterials and collectors go, will be very grid-like. And I do want to bring in, where is the part, why are elevation lines not actually showing? There we go. So this part's relatively flat, so I could reasonably bring a road through here, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. As much as a connection through here would be nice, I'm not sure how feasible it is. I do think this is very long to not have another arterial. But I think what I might do instead is maybe bring some roads off of the highway. So let's see, about at the straighter sections, could maybe bring out a couple of roads here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get these started. And we'll see what we can do about these. I think what I'll do is have a road that comes out this way. Let's see, how do I want to hook this in? I think I'll have a parallel road here, and I want it to be down at ground level. And then right through the middle, that barrier is going to have to move. Let's keep it on straight slope, maybe. Ooh, that's a bit rough. Okay, hang on. So this node in the middle, we'll bring it back down to here, and we'll stretch this out a bit. Bring it a little further down. And that should be okay for now. At first, this will be overcrowded because this is currently one of two ways to get into this area. But we'll see. Okay, so about how long is this? That'll get it pretty close to... Now this is going to be a little bit trickier. Flip that direction. Let's go ahead and make sure that these nodes are sloped. Did a little bit of things to the terrain, but I'm going to ignore it for the most part. But I'm thinking I want... Actually, what I'm going to do is just bring this straight through. Or not. I have an idea. Let's go out about 6. Or I guess that's 8. Go over 8. Let's actually make this into a roundabout. This will probably actually need to be 3 lanes now that I think about it. And we'll bring these guys into here. And I will straighten out that slope in just a second. This guy isn't going to quite curve in correctly, so let's bring it out by another 11-ish. Flip the direction. And make sure that these are sloped. There we go. The other thing I'm going to do Since this doesn't continue straight through, it shouldn't be that big of a deal, and hopefully no one is using this to U-turn. But that does tell me that this could actually be downgraded. So I'm actually going to use this large avenue here on this section. And we're going to make sure that these lanes are all connected up correctly. So these guys can only go to the right. These guys can go straight. These guys go straight on, and these guys go to the right. These guys only go left, and these guys only go left. And I'm kind of hoping that this will do well enough without traffic lights. I guess we'll find out. Get that set up. Make sure the lanes are connected correctly. All right, and those should all be good. Check road permissions, they look fine. Okay, so that is going to be one entrance. It's very oddly shaped, but I think it'll be fine for now. I would like to get another connection in here just because we're probably going to start building over here, and I don't really want all the traffic concentrating right here. I do think there would be slip lanes occasionally, but let's go ahead and start getting this laid out first of all. So I'm just going to bring a road straight off of here, almost all the way down. We'll go about, how long is this road? 50. So we'll go about halfway down. So it should be about halfway. Bring this road down to here. And these are just the major roads. How long did I make that road? 30, okay. Bring a road down to here. And then from there, everything else can be sort of a local road. I would like to go, maybe divide this into 3. So do 25 just as a placeholder. Go about 25 from here. And that should be about 25. There we go. Just as placeholders for now. Which also means I am going to just deactivate the traffic lights here since I'm not building there yet. I think I might bring... I have an idea here, but I'm not sure how well it's going to work. And I actually didn't want that to be 4 lane, I want that to be 2. Just leading right down to the water. We'll figure out something to do there. Having a bit of a worker crisis over here. Not great. Let's see. Yeah, I am not a downtown planner at all. I just think these are the main roads that we should be working off of. And eventually, of course, we'll have industry all the way over here, which is going to be interesting to try and wrap a highway in there. Looks like there's a bit of a connection that could go down here, but definitely not a high enough capacity. There's not really a connection. Oh, there's one over here. Okay, that's good to know. Just for the future when we decide to develop that industry. I feel like this should be connected in somehow. I just don't want it to be some kind of like overly complicated interchange. Oh, I have an idea actually. I don't know if this is a good idea. This is there's a non-zero possibility that this is a very bad idea. Yeah, non-zero possibility. Especially because I can't quite get it to go in the middle there. And I am going to have to redo these markings, which is going to be a little annoying. That takes care of one side. And this one, I'm going to need to have it come up and over. So that's about at a height of 12, so I'm going to need it to come up to at least 21. And then this, I kind of want to do something interesting here. So I'm going to keep it at 21 for now, and then just slowly bring it down. I say slowly. This is quite a curve, and I'm sure this would not fly in real life. But I kind of want to do something interesting. Okay, those are all connected up. This entire thing needs to be sloped, and the curve needs to be reworked for sure. Oh, I did not. I didn't want you coming up. So I guess let's do it like that. Actually, I kind of like, that's kind of a look, honestly. I do think some of these curves could be a little better. But honestly, just kind of wiggling it with move it is doing the trick. I think the problem is these nodes aren't sloped. So let's grab these nodes. Oh, that's a middle node. That's fine. That one's also a middle node? Okay. If they're middle nodes, that's just fine. It's these kind of bigger nodes that I need to control a little more. Okay. I think that's all of them. See if that made it look a little better. A little bit. I do want to check... Oh, that's weird. Can I make these a little... Because it's kind of going down then up, which I'm not a huge fan of. See, I don't know why that's bringing it all the way up like that. Like, I want that node to stay. So maybe I keep, something like these three at this height and then slope from here. See if that improves anything. What happens if I do this? No, why is it doing that? That is so weird. Oh, that looks even worse. Okay, I think just lowering this one manually then will do the trick. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. I do want to check the grade. Interesting. So it's very steep grade somewhere along here. Probably just that one. I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna mess with it too much. This needs to be adjusted. And I'm gonna get rid of the road markings entirely because I need to well, just these sections. I need to clear markings And then same thing with this one. And I still need to go back and mark the old intersection as well. So we're going to say I might actually need to upgrade this here. This is just very hard to tie in. And luckily that got rid of the road markings automatically. So let's make sure this is still set up. Okay, good. So I want this guy to go here, this guy to go here. This guy can go here or here. And this guy can go here. This guy goes to here. And like that. Okay, so these guys need to both be coming in. And I'm actually gonna... Yeah, both of these need to be able to go to almost any lane. Let's also do that. This should work in theory. That guy's fine. That one is not quite doing what I want it to. And that guy, that I'm okay with. No, I'm not. Okay. And let's redo the markings here now that we've changed this. So I believe... I'm not sure how well we'll be able to mark this, but at the very least we can get these markings in. And this guy should actually be able to go to either of these. So something like that where it kind of opens up. And then let's figure this out. So I want to get a couple fillers, and I need these lines as references. So can I get a filler that goes from here to here? Oh, maybe I can't. Okay, 1 second. Let's get out of filler mode. So I would like for this to, not cut across like that. Like, that's ridiculous. Okay, can I get a line that goes like that then? But I only want it to go to here. And this is literally just so I can create a filler. I'm going to go ahead and do pavement. Maybe. Or not. Okay. We'll just do stripes, I guess. Like that. Yeah, that's disgusting. Okay. This one will actually be easier to do, because this is an exit. Would this happen in real life? Absolutely. Absolutely. There are... Yeah. I can think of one off the top of my head in Shreveport that does something like this. It's absolutely ridiculous. I think I put that line on the wrong one. I did. Okay. Let's delete that. Now this is going to look a little interesting. 'Cause I really would like that line to not intersect there. So let's grab that line. Nope. I want you to, okay, well, we're just gonna get rid of you then. And this one. That's enough lines for there. I don't want to make it too complicated. Okay. Oh, crap. Okay. So the last thing I need to do is, I'm not going to worry about marking these for now, because I don't even know if this is going to work. This will probably change, realistically. I just want to start on it. But I would like to get markings in here, if at all possible. I want this to be chevron. There we go. Come on, there we go. All right, get this to be chevron. Turn it that way. You know what? That's a lot. I'll do this off camera. I don't want to bore y'all with lane markings. So let's actually get into the meat and potatoes of this. Let's make sure I'm not at 21 meters before I build a road. I do think most of these would be paved. I'm just not quite sure how I want to develop this area yet. I'm also wondering if a pedestrian connection in here is worth it, rather than, get me off-road guidelines. Rather than trying to squeeze a road through here, I think it would be worth it to invest in a pedestrian bridge. It doesn't need to go that high. In fact, it could even go almost straight off. And then we'll bring one from about here. Just, can I get these to connect in a friendly manner? Road guidelines are off. That would do it. Why are you going to -5? That is not at all what should be happening here. I'm probably going to have to mess with heights a little bit. Yeah. What? You to you to you. What is even happening? Slope, thank you. And it is connected on both ends, so that's good. So we have an additional pedestrian connection, which will hopefully kind of reduce the amount of traffic that goes through this area. Oh, there's already water pipes here from the starting tile. Interesting. Okay. Okay then. So I just need to figure out how I want this area to look. Also gonna close my curtain because I can see right into the neighbor's kitchen, and that makes me uncomfortable. Wonder if it would be worth it bringing this road across. Oops, should be flat. Just as a kind of like, you know, remember to develop this in the future thing. Okay. So this is a collector. I want to keep that in mind. Let's use some of these 4-lane 2-ways no parking as kind of like introduction to this area. So that's 50. So I want a road that comes off of here. Gonna turn off road guidelines. I'll go out 15. And then I want to go out 25. And this one will only go out about 10. Actually, it'll go out 12. And then we'll go to our normal roads. And I do think just a little bit of housing along the coast would do pretty well in this area. I'm also going to bring another path just right through here. And I'm wondering if it's worth it to bring a couple more smaller roads back here. These would definitely be less desirable areas right along the highway. The last thing I want to do is get a simple seawall fenceless in here. I will try and do this in relatively straight sections. I'm not sure where it's going to continue yet, so I think I'll leave it like that. Want all snapping off here. And we'll see how much that changes the flow of water. I kind of want to unpause it for a second just to see. This will also give us a chance to test out the new highway connection, kind of see the clearances here. It's probably technically not clearing it, but that's fine. Okay, lots of residential command coming through. It doesn't look like the flow of water really changed that much. Oh, autosave again? Really? Okay. You know, if anything, there's like a little bit of clipping here, but I think it will be fine. I also do want to get a path connection over here. I turned all snapping off just so that could get in there. So I'm going to paint a district in here. And I kind of want it to only be on... Wow, that was lame. I don't want it to go beyond this road. What the... Let's bring it across like that. I'll bring it onto the highway and then cut it off. Just to get a cleaner... Oh, come on. I think that's about as good as it's going to get. I want to bring it out of the river there. I also want to bring this a little further, just because that is going to drive me insane. There we go. Just sneak it under the bridge there. Which the school keeps making noise. What is this? Police Academy? Okay. The other thing... First of all, let's look at power. So if I remember correctly, yeah, we're very close. I'm going to hold out on that as long as possible, but I want to see... I do need to get water under here. All snapping off. It bugs me that those are there, but I'm glad they are already, just so I don't have to make an overly complicated connection under the highway. I will introduce a connection under the path just for some redundancy, just because that is sort of a public space. So we're not, if something were to happen to the water line, you're not going on, oh, that is quite a dip. You're not going on anyone's property to fix it. Um, Also, I need to figure out a name for this area, but for now, that is fine. I'm going to introduce a couple of policies here. Um, Namely, tax relief for high density residential, because this area next to the highway and like very little connectivity to the rest of the city, not going to be extremely desirable. I'm going to encourage biking, which I don't think actually costs anything. And then I'm going to say, I think that's it. So we have water, we have power, we don't have city services, and really that would be worth taking a look at, what would serve this area as a whole. So probably a little more planning needs to be done. Let's go back into this 4-unit road. I'm gonna turn, oops, I'm gonna turn road guidelines back on, or road guidelines off, but everything else back on. And we'll just connect that across like that. Introduce a couple of support roads. Hello, local roads in here. And for this, I will have guidelines on, because I would like it to be parallel to this road. And I will make a connection here, and I'll go through and do like priority and right-of-way and all that. So these local roads should not cause a stop along the main roads. I'm not going to bring this district over here because I don't want to I don't want to have that tax relief all the way around. It's just for this area next to the highway. I might even bring it into this district when we build that. And I will go ahead and use some of these bigger assets. So a hospital. I'll have a path connection there. So a firehouse here. And a bigger police station here. Let's go ahead and get these path connections in. I would like for it to not snap to the guideline, please. As for schools, we'll take a look at that when the time comes. And then we do need to get public transit over here eventually, but I think I'm going to wait until a little more of this area is developed. So I would like to immediately get some high density in here. And the other thing is I want to take a look at themes. So I want to look at, no, buildings are loaded, that's not good. I don't really think we have a lot of, high density themes in here, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm just going to go ahead and start getting some zoning in here. I'm actually going to do a path connection just through here. Let's turn off all snapping so it can go right up to there. And another one just right through here. And another one down at this end. And I think I'll do one right here as well. I want to hold off on 2x2s just because we know how those zone in, and I'm really hoping this power connection will jump across. If nothing else, I could probably sneak a park in here. Like a relatively small one. Maybe okay. Maybe a dog park just here. That way things develop closer to the park. Oh, and that actually bridges the power connection already. Okay. So I kind of want to let this develop just a little bit. And I will need to sort of bridge this connection this way. I think I'm going to be cheeky and stick another park in here. So is this a small playground? And we'll bring in a fishing pier, which I don't know if that'll actually sit nicely. Fishing tours? No. I would like that to be a little closer to the road. Okay, maybe I don't worry too much about it and just put in a temporary power line. Just for now. There we go. So we're getting some high density in here, which is good. Want to see 5 households, 5 households. That doesn't... I'm questioning where it's getting that number from. This definitely looks like more than 5 households. Oh well, I won't question it too much. 36 households. Might actually be more than 36, but that's fine. I want these to develop a little faster. I don't know why they're not. Especially because we need to get some workers over here. The other thing is I want to see if they're coming in this way or if they're going around to the roundabout when they actually start driving here. A little bit of a crime issue over here. Interesting. Because you have a police department right there. Huh. Okay. Let's look at some of these buildings. I think I will let some of these level up. Maybe not this one, because I don't want that one to get too much taller. Is it education? Yeah, okay, I figured. I like some of these buildings that are coming in, though, and I like the contrast to the other side. Oh, you're already upgrading. Okay. So I want to keep this one at that height. I don't want it to get too much taller. I will try and sneak in a couple more houses along here. Okay, there's a 3x2. And it has a concrete... Ooh! I like that. Yeah, you can stay. One of these other ones is upgrading, I think. Thought I heard the noise. Maybe it wasn't these guys. Maybe it was something over here. Please don't tell me it's one of the ugly buildings. Oh, it's one of the ugly buildings. No. Absolutely not. You know what? We just won't let that develop because it didn't develop correctly. And then back here, I would like for these guys to get as much development as they can. So I'm actually going to do that to allow some 4x4s to come in. Let's look at some of these buildings like that. Yeah, so we are making money, but it looks like we're losing it because, oh, maybe we actually are. I don't know. We're definitely losing money. Not sure what's going on there. Oh, yep, we are losing money. Okay, is it going to start going back up? Maybe not. Let's try and get as much residential in here as fast as we can then. And I will space it out a little bit here. I don't think this area would get extremely dense. Especially as it gets closer to the highway. I think that's just a little outlandish. Do you have any 2x3 buildings? I hope so. Let's get some 4x4s in here. Let's also get a path connection through here. Four by four here. Oh, we are losing a lot of money. Okay. Yeah, so gotta remedy this demand very quickly then. So let's get 4x4 here. Okay, looks like we're starting to make money again, which is good. Let's make sure none of the ugly buildings popped up. Okay, good. As long as they have concrete underneath, that means they won't be terrible. These corner buildings, I don't like that they don't line up exactly, but I will live with it as we have been. Let's get a path through here. Now this one would be a very undesirable building to live in because it is right next to the highway. But that is why there is a tax relief. Because yeah, I would not want to live in these buildings. Let's see, is there traffic coming in? Okay, so it looks like they're mostly using this for now, which is perfectly fine. There's no huge log jams, which is good with me. Yeah, so definitely need a lot more residents in here. Oh, that's an interesting building. I'll do a 2x2. I'm going to risk it. I would like to make sure it's not the ugly building, but... So we're going to wait for it to grow in. Well, that's a nice building. I would like this guy to build so I can make sure it's not the terrible building. We are losing money, so I need him to build quickly. We keep bouncing back and forth between like losing money, gaining money, so I don't know. Okay, I guess that one's gonna wait to build. Watch, as soon as I turn my back on it. Yep. Not allowed. I will not allow that building. So I want to check the population of this little area. 514. Okay. I do want to think about, like a central business district over here, maybe along the highway or something. That would be interesting, I think. Is this guy gonna build? I guess not. Okay. I wish this zoning would be a little more consistent, but that is perfectly fine, I guess. Oh, wow, they built instantly. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's see. Is this power connection completely bridged? Oh, right. I need more stuff in here. I think I'll do a little bit of a commercial corridor through here. And I would like for this to line up. I don't know if it's going to. Actually, that goes straight through, so maybe I just bring a couple of crossroads in here like this. And since this one is a smaller area, let's see if we can get some plazas. Sort of break up the concrete jungle that's going to be going on here. So they won't fit central, which is slightly annoying. So maybe just 2 Japanese gardens back to back. And then later, I could do a subway stop in there. That'd be interesting. I'm going to leave this... Oh, right. I'm going to bring this guy along the highway up until this road. and we'll stop it here. And then take it off the highway. Bring a couple more roads through. Anarchy that just a little bit. Okay. Make sure these guys are yielding. And hopefully that's good. Let's see, since this is a slightly bigger space, let's get a plaza or two back here. There we go, right along the highway. Let's make sure that these guys all have water, which they don't. So bring a water pipe through here. Oops, I did not want roads, I wanted zoning. So I think I'm going to do a commercial corridor through here, and I want to see how these pop up. I want to get more residents in here. I'll do two 2x3s back to back. We'll see if those build how I want them to. And we'll get a path connection right here. Do some 3x3 zoning, I think. And we'll get a double path thing going through here. And I will just use move it to kind of correct that. There we go. So those built pretty quickly. Oh, this is going to be all corners. And that's going to look interesting. Okay. I think it will be fine. How do these commercial buildings look? Actually look pretty good. Okay. And I think I will do... Let's see, this has a capacity of 300, and I know that there's more than 300 people living here. So that's going to be interesting, but I think we'll do a high school and elementary school sort of back to back. And we'll have a path that runs through the middle here, and I'll just decorate it with some trees. See, we've lost a lot of money, which is concerning, but... Yeah, and this is a long block, so... Oh, what is that? That's interesting. Oh, I like these. I'm keeping both of these. That building's a little interesting. But I'll keep it. And then along here, I want to do more 4x4s. So we'll let those build out. I do have the pollution solution mod, so there shouldn't be any complaints about noise from this commercial, which doesn't really make sense in my mind. Like, why would you not want to live right next to where you shop? You never have to get in your car, but whatever. You know what? That's actually going to drive me a little insane. So I'll bring a path through here. I'll bring... I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, a lot of those corner buildings, which is interesting. Alright, and the ugly building came in. So what do we get at the next milestone? Crematoriums, that's good. And some plaza stations. So we already have metros. Yeah, basically. Let's see. So that power connection should be bridged. Just double check. Yes, so we can get rid of these power lines. And then, well, that would have been nice if it actually like fit into another building, but maybe these are university sponsors or something. I don't know. I did want to get one more home in here since this is still the tax relief zone. So, you know, if they complain about being next to the highway, we can tell them, well, you don't pay as high taxes as everyone else. So I would like to, first of all, check the population of this area. It's decently high enough, so I'm going to do something a little strange here. I think just in this little area, I would like to do some self-sufficient housing. So let's get a key wall going. And let's turn all of our snapping off. And that will eventually continue along here. So snapping can come back on, except road guidelines. And I just want to see how the self-sufficient buildings look. And I think I'll let them build how they want for the most part, other than little, one by ones. I do think this area right along the coast would be extremely desirable. And maybe I introduce one more path connection through here. There we go. And we'll see how these self-sufficient buildings look. They are building very tall, which is honestly kind of good. As long as it doesn't get... Like, I'm not putting any of, like, the unique buildings over here, so I don't mind if it's still tall. In fact, I do think that, because of the mountains, if this were a very populous city, there would be an entire section that's just all tall. I don't think that's completely unreasonable. Lots of people walking. Love to see it. In fact, so many people walking that it's lagging my game a little bit. Now that's kind of an interesting look. I do like some of these. Oh, I like that these built back to back. I'm saving both of those. That is incredible. Yeah, I love that. I do want to make sure that there's some, plazas here and there just to break up the concrete jungle. Bring a path. And get some more houses. Or residences, I guess. These aren't technically houses if they're, gigantic, but... I think I'll do some more of the 3x3 stuff in here. So we'll see how these look. I do believe there is some sort of catch. 30% less electricity, 30% less garbage, also less tax income, which is fine. This entire area isn't going to generate as much tax income. We're right on the edge with power. I think, where are my power plants? I think it is probably time to get another power plant. And I think I am just going to stick it right next to this one. So that'll bring our power level back up. Yeah, we are on the edge of losing all our money, which is definitely concerning. So beyond here, I'm liking how this is developing so far. There's a lot of cars coming through. Let's extend some of these roads just so that I actually have those connections. I'll extend this out 15, I think. And I'll go ahead and turn on these stoplights because I am about to develop this area. Um, let's see. You need workers, so definitely just more residential for now. So let's get some roads going through here. Again, very grid layout, but I mean, what else do you expect from this area? I don't really want to connect directly to... Ooh, that's an interesting idea. Let's pause for a second, because these are going to be some very close junctions. Let's make sure that the stoplights are all turned off along these roads. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that there's, maximum density here. I think I'll leave that alone. I will bring... kind of want to bring a road straight across here just because I think that would be interesting. It drives me a little insane. Yeah, actually, I changed my mind. I'm just going to delete both of those. And I'll bring one up here. Let's make sure these guys have water. Running very low on money, so just kind of keeping an eye out. There we go. Probably need a water pipe up here. I'll actually just do that. As for the districts, I think it'd be interesting to get a little bit of like mix of housing types over here. So maybe up until that point we extend both of these, but allow sort of mixing at this spot from over here and right there. So I do think reasonably these would develop a little smaller. Let's see if we can... Oh boy, autosave, come on. Does this divide evenly? It totally does not. Rip. Okay. I was about to say it totally does, but it does not. So let's see. That would be 20 units, so let's go from here. And then commercial corridor, still quite a bit of commercial demand, so I think we'll have some along here. And then some right here. And the rest of this can just be residential. Do want to make sure that these are zoning 4x4 though. And that we have plenty of pedestrian connectivity through here. Oh, actually these, yeah, I changed my mind. Because these are not going to be the, what do you call it? Self-sufficient buildings, so I want to make sure that they're a very specific size. A lot of these will be the corner, white buildings, but that's fine. Losing money again, not great, but if worse comes to worse, I have no qualms about getting a couple mods to fix it. Yeah, I like how this is developing so far. And I really like when things like this happen, when they sort of reflect each other. So let's get those going. All right, so all of these can be zoned. Yeah, and I really like the look of these self-sufficient buildings. Not everyone does, but I do. Okay, what? Oh, we hit the next milestone. Okay. So this does a few things. One, I definitely want to get crematoriums because I was avoiding having to place um, cemeteries through this area just because there's really not the space. And I think since I definitely forgot to zone that square, I'll put one right here. Because I would like to. We have 2 cemeteries. I would like to get some more crematoriums just in areas that need them. They're 25,000, so I can only afford one more. So we don't have a lot of capacity, but we'll be okay for now. Rebalance life cycle mod will make sure we don't have like huge death waves. Um, got a nice little bonus from that. What else did we unlock? Liberal Arts College. Just some more advanced water stuff and some plazas. And the next one we get waste processing and some more terminals. So that's good. So this building actually showed up twice, which is interesting. Although one of them has significantly more trees. Oh, hello. Did you level up? No. Okay, that's fine. And beyond here, I really want to think about where there's going to be like office space and that type of thing. Definitely need a lot more residents to get to that point, though. But I like how this is developing. I really like this. Also, this building, wow. Imagine being one of these residents. Yeah, I've been kind of, like, especially with elementary schools, like with realistic population, like, I kind of concentrated them here. But I've been going off of capacity rather than coverage. Um, Especially for like these lower density areas. You can see, some of these are, graduated all the way to university level, even though they're not technically covered. Like this area, I did a little more concentration just because there's so many high density buildings. Um, but yeah, in this area will probably be a little more concentrated. But like you look at, let's see, like East Avondale, there's really not even an elementary school. There's only 715 people. Central Avondale, it's 1749, and there's only 2 elementary schools in the entire district. But then you look at something like Beach Heights, which is going to be renamed, and you have over 2,000 people, and right now only 1 elementary school. So like this is an area where they could definitely use another one, but kind of like this little area through here. Yeah, that looks really neat. I kind of want to take a look. Oh my goodness, that is so many pedestrians. Holy crap. Oh my. Wow. Okay. I just kind of want to take a look real fast. Yeah, show me routes, please. That's insane. I mean, even with the realistic walking speed, 'cause you can see they're walking pretty slowly compared to how they normally walk in the game. That is so many pedestrians. Holy crap. I mean, I guess it's a dense area. Oh, this is an interesting building. I guess it's a dense area, so that makes sense, but like, wow. So definitely need a lot more residential. Okay. I think for now, let's see how traffic's doing. No one really using. There's people coming off of this highway. Exactly. Yeah, that's like little things that could be improved in this game. This interchange is working though, and I'm very happy about that. I think eventually when there's more high density stuff, we'll see a lot more cars using it. Because for now, it doesn't really look like that many cars are using it. I also know a lot of it's like city to city traffic, because there's outside connections here and here. But yeah, I like how this interchange turned out. There's a couple little things I would improve about it, but I don't want to let perfect be the enemy of good. I like how that turned out. And we have more areas that we could definitely develop in. I want to see if this is getting more students. Not really. That's unfortunate. I do think transit is something to look at, especially as we develop this area. Truthfully, this will probably end up being the central business district. We might have a port or something here. Is there a boat line that comes up this way? There is. Okay. Maybe have a harbor somewhere over here. But yeah, I like how this is turning out. Definitely a little bit of a worker crisis. A lot of workplaces here. Oh, yep. They abandoned. I was a little worried about that, but all right, I think I'm gonna leave it here though. Thank you so much for those of you that were here for both streams. Even if you were only here for either the first half or the second half, thank you so much for tuning in. Um, yeah, I'm happy with the progress that's been made. We're almost all the way to our next milestone at 17,000. So that's exciting. But yeah, still need to do some university expansion, maybe fill out more of this area. I'm definitely gonna need to name some roads through here. But road naming and road marking I'll leave off for the most part, just because there's a lot that needs to be done. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. As always, you can catch the archive of this stream on my YouTube channel. Make sure to follow if you haven't already. I'm very close to Twitch affiliate, like very, very close. Um, my next stream should theoretically be Thursday, but don't hold me to that. I'm trying to do every Thursday plus some others throughout the week. Um, but yeah, thank you so much for joining, and I will see y'all next time. Bye bye.